Gotta get to work.
Oh my goodness. Did you see what I did for your earbuds?
No.
You can put. Did you bring your earbuds?
No.
Oh. What's going on, guys? Matt with Carolina Coops coming to you live from Creedmoor, North Carolina. Our new, soon-to-be.
We made it to work. Oh wait, I made it to work. You've been here. You don't leave here.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's Chick Day. As promised, we put these on the incubator 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
And they're hatching a little early.
That's because they're bantams.
That's
now,
because they're bantams.
Yeah, I set mine Friday evening. We set the, which one? This one has all the hatches that you've had. These are the ones we set at
It looks like I'm
noon.
kicking butt.
Well, it's a matter of
Get
timing.
that mic right in front of you. Let's make sure they can hear you.
Oh.
Don't hit it. Here we go. Watch. Here we go. Look at it. See, get it right in front of you. Get in position. We're getting still set up here.
Okay.
Just at a wardrobe malfunction.
Who?
I've noticed all my shirts have a stain in the same spot. I got to figure out why. So anyways, how we doing? Is our audience building up? We ready to get rocking and rolling? All right. Wow, they're slowly coming in. Hopefully everything's...
Jetta, do you love baby chicks?
I love them.
My little princess here, she, it's...
They're new and they're so tiny.
Right.
We're passing the torch from when I was a child. Anyway, so yeah, it's Chick Day. Thank you for showing up. Apparently you got a couple more baby chicks hatching.
Right. So I set mine. We set these at noon or 1. You know, on our show 3 weeks ago, and then I went home and I set the rest of them in the evening, like 7, 8, 9. I don't remember. So that's why mine are delayed, and I knew that these would probably hatch early just because they're bantams and they do tend to hatch a little early because the eggs are smaller. It doesn't take quite as long for them to incubate. But I see a full-size one in there.
There is a full size.
That was I think the one that we didn't see any. Maybe, I'm not sure.
All right,
Yeah.
let me have this baby chick. Why don't you go back behind Miss Ingrid, okay? Make sure Miss Ingrid don't need anything. All right, don't we got to put this? Okay, so. Oh my gosh. I was just running around 100 miles an hour. It is 100 degrees in here. I'm going to be sweating bullets. You guys okay? What? We got to pick. I know, Ingrid's. All right, here we go. So guys, let us know if you have any questions. I didn't want to talk all about baby chicks today, but we got baby chicks hatching, so we can definitely focus on that because we got some great props in front of us. And of
Right.
course, if you have any questions about our coops, you're building a coop, hopefully maybe learning some things from us, all that good stuff. That is what we are here for. We got an hour-long show today, and it is going to fly by. So I have some questions. All right, if you guys have any questions in the comments, please let us know. And also let us know, make sure we're sounding good. We have not done a sound check, nothing like that. But, all right, so we got 3 different incubators. Now, here's one thing that I remember learning, and I don't know if it's true or not. Another thing that would accelerate the hatch date by, let's say, maybe a day, is if it's a little bit on the high side.
Yeah, if it's
Right.
a little warm.
If it's a little warm. So what is the ideal temperature for the incubators?
Well, these are preset, so I don't need to know that. But that
What-
sounds bad. I should know. I should know that number.
Is it 98 degrees ideal? Ingrid, do we
it's
know?
like 100.
Oh, it's even hotter?
I think
I
so.
thought 98
Can
was
any-
it. How do you
Can
not
anyone
know that?
check
Did I
that?
just, are you mad at
Because
me
they're
now?
they're preset. I should know, but and they work. So
All right, so we're going to put this one.
I must have put that in short-term memory.
All right, Ingrid's
So-
Googling it right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have my beautiful assistant princess. That's right. See, as soon as she heard beautiful.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
Here you go, baby. Do you want to go ahead?
The answer is 100.5 degrees
That's
Fahrenheit.
it. It is 100.5.
Yeah.
So we were 1 degree shy. All right, so let's put that baby chick back in here because.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Well,
They're
which
all
one
the-
did you take?
They all came from the same
Here,
place.
we'll
so-
put it in this one because I think we need to adjust this one a little bit.
I like that laugh. And they're all going home with Ingrid.
Oh, God.
All right, put that baby chick back in
need a
there.
bigger-
Okay, you can blame it on me.
I'm going to need a bigger coop.
Oh, we got one that's hatching?
There, you can see like the little.
Yeah, I moved the ones hatching to the end over there, and I might have a comment about a few of those if we get closer to the camera.
They
We
want to
can-
know. Mike wants to know if they all have names yet.
We'll put the kids in charge of that.
Yep,
The
and I-
kids come up with the best names.
I only got one that's named.
Can we name one Cookie?
For the orange one, it should
Cookie.
be named Ginger.
Ginger?
Oh, Ginger.
And we still got to get our shop cat queso.
I know.
Are
I
you-
was thinking about that this week.
And Moses, hope you're working on that. Okay, so let's bring Ingrid in, or I'm not sorry, not Ingrid, Mackenzie.
More cats, more chickens.
We see Mackenzie's right there in the green room, and Ingrid has done her homework as always, made us some notes here that I have not had a chance to look at. Oh, we're gonna have to put our headphones on. So I thought you wanted your earbuds. So
I did, but
all right, so I gotta.
Jetta, do you have earbuds?
I have my mom's, but
Well,
I don't know what.
hold on. We're gonna change this up. We're gonna go back to what we were doing. And we can switch this up
Oh, okay.
real quick. Everything going good, Ingrid?
Yeah, this is locked. So let me just.
What's locked?
It says, I think it's Kenzie's screen is locked, and I don't know where it is on here.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say is we've got one that looks like it's pipped, and the shell has broken in a small place, but the membrane underneath has not. So that's what happens when your humidity is off, and it's not.
Ooh, okay. Hold on. Now you got my attention.
Yeah, and it's not humid enough for them to break through that membrane. It turns into like paper. So I was going to show how you can
There we go.
take that membrane and just poke it so that shit can breathe
Oh,
and continue hatching.
no. My teacher in 5th grade, when this
I
all,
know,
she
let 'em all
said,
die.
Right? They're going to die if you touch it.
No, they always live.
Okay.
We got
Headphones.
Kenzie
I mean,
here.
why not? Oh, really?
I'm sorry. I know.
My,
Kristen hates that. Well, you didn't bring your earbuds.
They actually aren't even mine. I don't own earbuds.
So
They're
then
my son's.
We need to buy some earbuds.
And
oh,
he's
yeah.
obsessed with earphones. I mean, my goodness, I just returned 4 sets to Amazon. He says he's an audiophile.
Mackenzie, good morning or good afternoon. Happy Friday. How you doing today?
Why are you looking like that?
Is she not here?
I thought that was a frowny face. Like,
No, we got a slight delay there, so we'll try to
Okay,
get through
okay.
this. Can you turn Mackenzie up a little bit? I'm not sure if she's loud for our viewers. If so, then don't turn her up. I can barely hear her.
oh, she's not talking.
I don't think I've said anything.
There
yet.
we go. No, you did. I heard a little bit, but there you go. I knew you'd be perfect. So what's going on? How's the weather in New York today?
It's awful.
All right, speak a little bit
I
louder
have
so
my-
I can hear you.
I have my grandma sweater on. It's
That's-
raining. It was 90 in the beginning of this week, and now I just want to sit on my couch and do crossword puzzles with a cup of tea.
Gotcha.
That doesn't
Gotcha.
sound that bad.
All right. Well, we're gonna have Mackenzie start telling us or sharing with us this week's top 3 questions. Before I forget, I wanted to make sure I mentioned a couple times throughout this show that it is critical. One, I want to thank our diehard fans that are here every single week. We know who you are. Thank you very much. Please do us a favor. We need to keep building this audience. And there's no better way to build the audience than have our diehard fans say, hey, check out this show. If you know anybody else that wants to come and listen to our show, please send them our way. We want to make sure we're continuing to build that audience. So, Mackenzie, go ahead. Top 3 questions for the week.
So these are actually questions from last week, because I missed last week. But why don't we put our roost bars at the same height?
That is an awesome. I love good questions.
Why don't we?
Why don't we? Why are our roost bars and our standard coops, standard and custom coops, most of our chicken coops, we keep our roost bars all on the same level? That is a phenomenal question. There is a reason why.
To prevent fighting?
It does prevent fighting. Experts, right, will tell you that if you have roost bars staggered, or what we call bleacher style, where they have, you got your one at the bottom and you work your way up, what happens is they'll fight to get to that top of that roost
Right.
bar and create.
It is a way to tell right away what your pecking order is.
It is. Now, we have done a handful of chicken coops, especially a long time ago, our old shed coop, which is actually an awesome chicken coop. We should bring that back. We did bleacher style. If you're designing a chicken coop and you're going to build a chick coop and you're not sure how to put your roost bars, my opinion is if you have the room, keep them all at the same height.
And that's key because if you have room, because the bleacher style does save room. You can put more roost bars in there in the same space.
That's exactly the reason why you could go to the bleacher style design, and that is because you don't have to have them, you really don't want them any closer than 12 inches. So if you go bleacher style and you got, let's see, you got one up like this, you can actually bring it in a little bit, and that saves you a lot of space. You'll see that a lot in the large hen houses that are designed for commercial egg laying, and it is effective. And we got an awesome commercial coop that we did. The customer out of New York City, he actually said, please design it to look like a shipping container. We put it on a power wagon, if I remember that's what it was called, and it turned out really nice. And we got a great picture. I don't know if Ingrid can bring that up or not. We got a great picture. I'm putting her on the spot. I'm going to test her.
I don't know where it is.
It's on it should be on the website. But anyways, I got a great photo. Beautiful chickens, and you can see a textbook example of the bleacher style roost bars.
I don't recall seeing it on our website. There's a video of it though on YouTube.
Oh yeah, it was 14
So our
degrees
can do
that
that.
day. I remember that day really well.
That was prior to me.
Yeah, that was that'd be 2016.
All right.
Good memory.
Wow.
You can
What?
go ahead.
Oh, I'm suffering from mush brain pretty severely this week.
I'm
so
suffering
anyways, how
from heat
does the
stroke. I don't know
cupola-
who let Gus out. Can we get Gus out of the studio, please? He's gonna bump the camera. Clear instructions. Clear instructions. That's all I ask. Thank you. Sorry, folks.
When you get the shop cat, would the cat be allowed in the studio?
No, absolutely not. I don't care what you tell him. So here's where because she's
cat can be
listening
in
right
my
now.
office.
She's gonna come out. I think poor Gus wants to go back to New York. It's so hot.
Aw.
All right, go ahead, Mackenzie.
So I had a customer call and ask a couple questions about our cupolas. How does the cupola prevent moisture from getting in? And if it does happen to like violently precipitate, is that a problem?
Okay, it is not a problem, and how it prevents is because it has a roof on it, but there are side windows. Our cupolas, we hand make them from scratch, and they are fully functional. They are not fake. So unless you want, when it's going to rain, to go up and have little windows that you're going to close, which you're not going to, but we have done that. Believe it or not, we've had a couple customers say, no, I want to be able to close them, so we created this pulley system from ground level. We actually did it with that beautiful custom coop out in at Davis Estates Winery that unfortunately burnt down last year in the glass fires. But we have done it. However, here's my opinion. Technically speaking, a little bit of moisture inside your hen house and in the deep litter system, if you think about it, is actually beneficial. But I don't want to mislead people and be like, oh, well, wait, I don't get any moisture in
Yeah,
there.
I wouldn't be concerned about moisture or humidity.
There's no concern. If
Yeah.
there was a concern, we wouldn't do it.
Right.
Ingrid's about to bring up a great shot of the cupolas here. But anyways, it's just not an issue. And the other thing too is the wood is moisture resistant, rot resistant, and you got the high density down at the deep litter system, and then of course you got the hemp, which is acting as the diaper. And moisture, again, like I said, could, in theory, if you read the instructions, they'll actually tell you to mist it to help activate its absorbency. We've never done that. I don't think any customer's ever done it.
We like things to be really low maintenance.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, it was there, and there it goes. Yeah, here we go. So
Yeah.
here's our cupola right there, and you can see we got two different styles now. We got the gabled roof and the hip roof.
And the important thing about that is it does vent out all the heat. Not all the heat, but it helps vent out.
Absolutely, they are fully functional. We are very proud
Because
of
heat
those.
rises, it escapes throughout.
That's the number one thing with any structure. If it's going to heat up, you've got to let it convect. You've got to let it
And if you
escape.
don't have the cupola, don't worry. Heat can still escape through the ridge cap.
Absolutely.
They are a
That's
fully
where-
functioning ridge cap.
That is a great point. That is where most of the heat already escapes. I will honestly tell you, the cupola is 99% aesthetics. But I can't put a fake one on there. I can't stand them.
Well, you've put them in different places. But yes, they're always functional.
They're always functional. There has been maybe one time we broke our rule and we put it out inside the run just for aesthetics, which is, anyways.
In Alabama, we did that.
Yep.
That's my favorite coop. So this one, I can't remember if it was a customer that called, but he asked, should I caulk or seal the seams on the HDPE?
No. No, you know, and that another great question, a question we get a lot. Here is why. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. The high density, even though that is a awesome material, you don't have to use high density to protect the framing of your chicken coop. If your material that you're using for your medium, your diaper for your chicken coop, isn't absorbing the moisture enough and that moisture can get to the framing, you got a bigger problem. The high density is designed really for peace of mind, and when it does come time to clean it, it's extremely easy to clean. But here's the benefit to high density. There is only one type of caulk that I know of that is designed to stick to it, and it's like $300 a tube. High density is designed so nothing sticks to it. What's going on? Do we got a chicken down? We got a chicken fight?
Chicken hatching.
We got a
I'm
chicken
just-
hatching.
just
All right,
keep-
all right.
keep talking.
Pause,
Oh my
everyone.
gosh.
We got breaking news.
I know.
We got breaking news. Should I get on the camera?
Maybe.
I also noticed one of them was trying to get the first one that hatched in our incubator was pecking at it. Oh, you're just gonna take it out, just like that. It's dark. You're
dark.
out of
Yeah,
the
go
light.
back.
You're out of the light.
Back it
All
up.
right, here we go. Breaking news. We got one hatching. We got this.
Oh,
Check this out.
There you go. No, it's not.
There we go.
Now it's out of focus.
Oh, it's about to pop out.
Yeah.
It's
So
like
that's,
it's.
that's pretty cool.
Oh,
Just hold it still.
well,
Okay.
this is a bad idea.
What?
Yeah.
No, it's
Well-
always a good idea.
Okay.
It's-
I see everything that's going on, folks. Bear with me, one thing at a time.
And here we
Okay.
have step one,
Oh, it's pipping.
pipping.
Pipping. Okay, Jeff, please don't drop.
It's got to go up higher for Jetta.
Step
A little bit
two,
higher, baby. Hold on. Well, you guys
I don't think I've ever actually seen an egg hatch.
I know, isn't it cool?
Be up here. Let's go where the lighting is. I'll be Oh, jeez. Be careful, Jetta. We don't need a casualty live on camera. I can only imagine how much
so we
trouble
have
that would
step
get into.
one is they make a little hole called a pip, and that is in the weakest part of the shell. And then they make
Zipper?
It's unzipping
Yep.
when they continue all the way around until they can break open, and then you're
Oh.
open.
Oh my gosh.
Right now, wait.
Oh, no.
Stay right where you are. Stay right.
Isn't nature awesome?
So
It makes me want so many chicks.
and here we can see it. Push open.
This is almost equivalent of birth, right?
Yeah, they pop the top off, and their umbilical cord is attached to the yolk at the bottom, and that's the last piece to come off. So if you break the rules and you're helping a chick out, don't take the bottom off.
Because that's where the yolk is, right?
That's where the umbilical cord
Yeah.
is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just let that come off naturally.
Okay, great point.
And
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
that's the
Oh, you made me so nervous. I promise I'm not a helicopter parent, but okay.
You can
Well,
actually
oh
see
my
it,
gosh.
Oh my god.
see it.
Uh huh.
Oh, there's this little wings.
Oh my goodness. There's a wing.
Oh,
I see a head. I see hair.
It's a
That
girl.
was a joke. I know, but that reminds me of when Mikey was born. Oh my gosh. Okay. Everything my teacher told
look
me
at
not to do, but now we are in the presence of an expert. How many baby chicks have you hatched in your lifetime?
A lot. A lot. Okay.
All right, so let's put.
So, and then he's just ready to come.
Oh, it's a he now.
Or
We've
she,
already.
or
Okay.
we hope it's a she.
We
go
hope.
for she's.
Yeah.
That sounds a little sexist, but
Well,
Okay.
hens are it's
So-
a sexist world.
Kristen, the eyes are open. Are they open when they hatch or are they not?
Yep.
Okay.
all right.
See?
So, and while we have the camera out, I do want to show this other situation in here. This is one where I noticed it has pipped, but the membrane hasn't broken.
Oh.
Oh, and I feel it moving around in there. So
Okay.
that one will die
Really?
because it can't get through the membrane.
So,
So
your
do you-
humidity's a little low.
It's
But now you're saying if you poke the hole,
Can you help that one?
can we help that one? Oh my gosh.
yeah, I am gonna help it, and sometimes I use a little And
As
now
if I
that
wasn't
chick
already
will live.
sweating enough.
I know.
So
It's
just like that, we have life
And
continues.
that really, this one will probably, I mean, it might even hatch while we're here.
Okay, good
So
job.
that one is good, and then after they all hatch,
Can you minimize Mackenzie real quick, please?
Sorry,
'Cause
Ken.
who knows where we are on
It's
the
fine.
screen.
I don't even know how to. I don't know how to
Just-
minimize her.
and after they all hatch,
Sorry.
I
I
would
can't
usually
minimize
go
myself.
and look to see,
Okay,
okay, here's
that?
another one that pipped.
Okay, that's what I was doing. And that, okay.
So I would look for these. After I have like what I believe to be a full hatch, I'll look for these, which are ones where they pipped. I know they're alive and they're trying to get out, and I will open that up a little bit.
All right.
So what's? I know that
But I mean,
you're, with the numbers, I know it's difficult, but how many don't successfully hatch usually?
there's a lot of factors that go into that.
Right.
Like I will probably poke on that. I usually just use a pen or something, just something small. It depends. I mean, if you weed out your unfertilized eggs, you should have a hatch of like 80 to 80% typically will hatch if you weed out your unfertilized eggs. So
But is it common for these to not break through the membrane, or like one out
it's
of every?
only if your humidity's low,
Okay.
and I see the humidity's high now. But if it dries out, it just gets to be like paper, and it's not soft enough for them to poke through, because they have that eye tooth on the end of their beak for exactly that purpose. So I will usually check them and make sure if they've pipped that they've got a breathing hole. I mean, that's a little bit, you don't have to do that. And like you said, some people
This
say,
is breaking every rule. My
well,
teacher.
some people, it depends on how much of a hard ass you are, really. Like,
Right, but now
we're talking about backyard chicken
you-
people that are not okay with a lot of death. So
Right.
Let's just be frank here. We're
Right,
not
so they're gonna
farmers.
die anyways if you don't do something. So you might as
Right.
well give them a chance.
Right. And it's
I-
just an air hole. I mean, and sometimes if, if we look at one of these eggs that have hatched, let's just look at one of these like little white ones.
You can ask for help.
So, well,
Careful.
that's not a
Oh,
really
please
good
be careful.
example.
Okay,
but-
There's
here,
one
I
hatch-
got a great example.
Matt, there's
No.
one hatching right on the edge there. So
Oh my
please
gosh,
be
what's
careful.
going on?
Please be careful.
Oh, we got one that's hatching right. Hold
Yeah,
on.
That's a
right.
good one.
Yes,
towards
I know.
me.
All right, hold on. Let me get
Oh,
it.
you knew what I was gonna say. All right, so yes, there
Be
are.
careful. Please
see
be
the-
careful.
There is some blood in these eggs, and I mean, you can see the veins actually in there. So that's how.
This show is supposed to reduce my stress.
Yeah. What? Really?
So stress. I don't want anything to happen. Okay, go. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Now,
So if you do poke the shell and there's a little bit of blood, that's okay. There is blood in the shells, in that inner membrane, and before they hatch, all of that blood goes back to the chick. It's almost like a human birth where the blood is in the umbilical cord, but it goes into the baby at birth. So, or actually at birth, the doctor is supposed to push that blood. But anyhow, so if you see a little bit of blood, it's okay. Don't freak out because there is blood in the shell, in the membrane. It's actually in the membrane. So don't worry about it. But if you do see blood, I would stop. Because typically they're not ready to hatch if there's blood. I mean, you can make the air hole. If you see blood, stop.
gotcha. That's a good point.
Right.
That's a good point.
And sometimes if they start unzipping, and you maybe poke that shell a little to help it out. If there's blood, stop. But that's not really. Don't freak out. It's normal.
Okay,
It's
good.
birth. It's
Okay.
childbirth.
All right, let's get you right in front. I want to make sure everyone hears what you're saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know. Once you turn away, see, slide your arm right through there.
Okay.
There we go. See,
Should
just,
we-
there we go. Now we're talking, huh?
Should we let Kenzie go back to
Okay,
work? Or
definitely.
sorry, I
Sorry,
just saw-
Mackenzie.
yeah.
Wow, that was some breaking news.
Yeah.
We had
had
hatching.
some births there.
Woo! Yeah.
It's
Good
okay.
job, Jetta, holding on to that baby.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, all right, back to Mackenzie. I hope everyone is enjoying the show.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what she says.
Oh, I feel like the whole world just changes once I put the headphones on. It's like everything is
Got
silent.
some water. It is hot in here.
Good, because last time it was here. How I know? There we go. Okay.
You-
How was that, Mackenzie? Do you
That
want to
was
have kids
great.
now?
I want no.
She wants baby chicks.
I just got 4 bantam chicks last Sunday. So I had a couple that were like failure to thrive. I sat quite literally for hours, dipping their beaks every 15 minutes. I mixed up some molasses and water with their food and literally like hand fed them with toothpicks. And they just ended up kind of withering away. So that was really sad. But I have 2 golden sea brights and an old English cross and porcelain Giselle.
Duclay.
I don't know how to. Yeah.
Oh, these some breeds I never heard of that one.
Diacle? Or
Oh my, Duckle?
I don't know. The sure. Whatever you say.
I
It's
just had a
white.
customer. She said she's getting Duckles.
I thought that was Duclay.
it could be.
It's probably Duclay because that sounds better than Duckle.
That's how it's spelled.
But yeah, she's getting Duckles.
Her name is Onion.
That's the important thing.
That is the important thing.
Yeah, they're all named after like sandwich toppings because they were in assorted bantams. So like an assorted sub.
Assorted
so I
sub.
named them sandwich toppings.
Makes perfect sense. Alrighty. Was that already 3 questions for the week? I can't remember where we're. I
Yes.
think we have one more.
Well, no, we had I asked about caulking the seams of the HDPE and then
Yeah, you don't need to. If you needed to caulk the
sticks are way
seams,
cooler.
we would give you caulk to caulk
Yeah.
the seams. You don't. And actually, just to help people out to understand how different high density is, if you're trying to put 2 pieces of high density together and seal off a crack, you actually don't caulk it. You weld it. You heat it up with a heat gun that gets really, really hot, and then you take another piece of high density, like your TIG welding.
Yeah, and it is not waterproof. Don't hose it out.
You never ever hose out your hen house. If you have to hose out your hen house, there's something seriously wrong.
Because that water can get underneath the plastic, and then you're in a far worse situation
Yes,
than before. I mean,
Yes.
it's just like
by far.
water can
I
get trapped
think
under there.
I think there's a little bit of confusion between like our older videos that don't have the HDPE that we do have a subflooring. And Matt, you can explain this better, but
Well, I
there's
mean,
not
years
that
ago,
underneath
when
it.
when Kristen first introduced me to the deep litter system, and I was doing shows, and I tell you, I'm very thankful for all the chicken coop shows. Well, we would go to festivals showing off our chicken coops, and I'm happy that even then, 90%, 98% of the people were very happy, but there was that 2%, they're nitpicking stuff, and I kept saying, okay. And one of them was, you can't use wood, and you absolutely can. I mean, think of it like a wooden salad bowl. But we switched, or we upgraded to what was called FRP, fiber reinforced plastic. And what I didn't like about that, one, it's awful to breathe in because it's fiberglass when you're cutting it, so that's one of the reasons why we went to high density. But it creates layers because it's so thin. It was like maybe just under a 16th thick. So that's very, very thin. So you have to have a subfloor. Layers are bad. Very bad. So we got rid of that, went right to the high density, and never, ever had a problem. We've been using high density probably 8 years now.
So that's the evolution of the deep litter bed. And are we going to see another step?
We
Where
are. We're
with
going to
that?
switch to the acre. I know people
Okay.
have been asking, when are you going to use the acre? I'm really waiting till the rest of the shop is cleaned out.
Okay.
Cleared
Just
out, I
gonna
should
start
say.
fresh here.
I think we're going to start fresh here.
Okay.
There's a domino effect when we make a change. And the people will go back to a video from like 10 years ago and be like, Matt said the coop was going to be $1,000.
I still get that.
No. Well, we'll have to have Ingrid. Maybe we
Yeah.
got to take that down, change it.
Put
All
a bleep in there.
I don't know. Maybe. Well, Mackenzie, thank you so much. We hope to see you soon. Get packing your bags.
Yeah.
Mackenzie's going to be joining us down here in the Carolinas. It is a little bit warmer and a lot more humid, so be
All
ready
right.
for that.
And congratulations
I'm ready
on your
for it.
chicks.
Thanks. I've got 9-week-old chicks and less than 1 week old chicks.
Oh. What a
We
nice
still
little
owe
family.
Mackenzie a chicken coop. Maybe we'll build it down here.
Yeah, and then I can have like 2 separate flocks. I can have my North Carolina flock and then my New York crap weather flock.
Yeah, but you're not going to be in New York. I'm going to make sure of that. Thanks, Mackenzie.
I love that look.
Bye, guys.
All right, that was Mackenzie, everyone. I think we could take the headphones off.
Okay.
Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Because I don't think we don't have a guest speaker coming on or anything like that. But now I'm finally gonna have a chance. Yeah, that was awesome. That was great, showing off what's going on, hatching that again. Jetta, thank you so much. That was great to step in and hold that one. And one of the questions I had, and I don't know if there is a textbook answer, but pretty much you wait till they're fluffy. But how long should they stay in the incubator before you put them in the brooder?
I would say until well, first of all, you shouldn't open the lid while they're hatching. Now,
How about taking them out, putting them on camera, and
well, yeah, we have to take some liberties for the benefit, the educational benefit
that
of
is
our
true.
listeners.
Now here's a question though. Do we remember which one it was that was just on camera, that hatched live on camera? Do we remember which one it was? Do you, Jetta? All right, come in, point it out to me, because we're gonna keep a close eye on her. We're gonna prove that it was okay, right? Is it her right there? Yeah, she's like, I am so tired. But they're chirping. They're chirping like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So how long do they stay in there?
And certainly until they're all dry and fluffy. But remember, they can go through the mail for 2 days. They really don't need to eat and drink for 2 days. So don't worry about it. They don't need to come out right away. Just make sure. I would wait until they're all hatched and then all dry and move them all at once.
So you like
you
to
really,
do it all at once. and not
yeah,
one at a
unless
time.
you need the room for hatching. Sometimes they can be a little bit crowded, but I wouldn't take the lid on and off as much as you would to take out each fluffy one.
Right.
And some hatch quickly and some take some time. So
And
that is normal.
And here's another textbook example. I love this incubator in so many ways, but the most important is you can see this is the most viewable incubator I've ever seen. Just great for classrooms, great, for education. And they were responding to us. Even like last night when we were closing up shop, I heard one chirping, and that's right when she or he hatched, and she was responding to us. And
I think I'm going to confess that we made a pretty big mistake. When we set the eggs, I forgot to reset the timer on the top. So they didn't turn for an entire week, right?
I wouldn't say it was a week, but I kept looking at him going, I'm not seeing it turn. And I know they
Yeah.
need to turn more in the first 2 weeks than they do the last week. But I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah,
that was
and they
this one.
still hatch.
Yes. I told you not to worry about it. We got this. Jetta was monitoring these baby chicks,
Yeah.
these eggs, every day on the hour, right? Every hour on the hour. Alrighty, so moving on. I see a bunch of comments coming in. Ingrid, any questions
Yeah, we
that we
have
should address? I saw one was all in caps.
Well, we have one from Thomas that was addressed to me.
Oh, well,
But he
go
said-
ahead, Ingrid.
But
message.
it's I know it's not. He's building his own coop since we won't sell him our plans. So my question is, due to the high price of wood, can I use normal big box white wood instead of Douglas fir or cedar?
Can you? Sure. You're going to hate it. Sucks.
Why? Just inform people about the difference in the wood and the quality and what you're getting and why.
All right. Well, yes, you're going to hear me talk a lot about Doug fir, and we have tried some other species. We've had no choice. We either had to shut down the shop or try another species called Euro. Well, it's actually Euro spruce isn't the species, but because it's coming in from Europe, that's what it's been called here in the States, and it's actually been phenomenal. And for whatever reason, and I can think of a couple reasons why, but the appearance is phenomenal. All right. So, but we do love our Doug fir because the wood is a lot more dense and it's also rot resistant. But more importantly, because it's more dense, it's stronger. And when you're using pocket screw joinery, those screws, when they go in cross grain, bite. They don't strip out. When you get into that white fir, or
White
you'll
pine?
see a lot in the box where it's called hem fir or SPF, which SPF is not a breed of tree. It's actually means spruce pine fir. You're gonna have a mixture of. It's all a wood that is like a hybrid that they're growing to make sure they can keep up with demand. So it makes sense, the sustainability part, but it is extremely soft.
Isn't it true you're not allowed to build houses with that? It's not structurally strong enough to put inside a wall. I believe that's the case.
Well,
or
you're
the whitewood for sure.
Yeah, you're the one that's got that 20 books that are about 6 foot long going for your general contractor's license.
I haven't read them yet.
Yeah. When you go into these engineering books, and actually we just did it yesterday because we're designing a coupe for Santa Fe, there is a huge difference in your structural integrity between Doug fir and your softer woods.
I love that chart. That just is so fascinating to me. There's a chart with all the different species of wood, and it tells you how strong they are and what their load rating is.
Yeah, and I can tell you, it is true.
Yeah.
And, we got that. We got to find that old video we did maybe 2 years ago where I found some old trusses. They were out in the snow, sitting outside, completely unprotected for at least 2 years, if not 3 years. And it's when we were moving shops. And I brought them over, and we went to break them. And I think it was an average of 500 pounds it took to break this one truss. Mm-hmm. And that is just incredible when you really think about it. So it's very strong.
Somebody had a question about back to the stadium roost bars.
Mm-hmm.
So
bleacher style, yeah.
Right, bleacher style. So that she was just asking, how do you know the pecking order from that?
Well, chickens' instinct is to get as high as possible to sleep. I mean, back when they slept in trees, they would start on a lower branch and go higher and higher. So the ones in the highest pecking order will get the best position, which is the highest position. And sometimes you can see them actually chase the other ones down. Like, what are you doing here? Get back to your position. Mm-hmm. It's kind of harsh, but...
It is harsh. That is true. And that's why, again, I find keeping them all flat just helps with that, but also with the design of our coops. It just works out perfectly.
And you can do either, but that's just the pros and cons.
I also wanted to make sure that we did get a chance to mention, and I wanted to talk about it live, and I'm not sure, Ingrid, if you can bring it up, the Instagram post that you posted the other day. I am extremely proud. Oh. And I just want to share with everyone, okay. The do's and don'ts, the truths and the things that go on behind the scenes. Yeah, if you can go ahead and share that. I wanted to talk about this real quick because this is just, again, a textbook example, one, of something that does happen and how the customer service is just phenomenal from Carolina Coops and how we ended up solving this. So let me show you. Have you seen this picture? I don't know if I've told you what happened here. So this coop showed up. This is an American coop, showed up to a customer out in California. And I can tell you right away that it tipped over. These people are brutal with these things. And if they do tip over, they always end up putting another pallet under our pallet. And of course the customer's mortified, rightfully so. And the driver even said to refuse it, which we've never had happen, but the driver refused it. Long story short, it so happened to be that our road crew was within an hour from him out in California, and they actually had a down day. So the timing was just unbelievable. But we knew looking at that coop's fine. And I just want to emphasize, we knew it was going to be fine because that plastic is still wrapped around, and that when they pack these coops, even if it tips over, it's still staying together and everything was protected, believe it or not. And we knew that was going to be true. So I called the customer up and I said, listen, here's what we'll do. My guys will go pick up this coop at the terminal and let's come to your house and let's break it all apart. Let's pull the pallet apart and then we'll reassess. And the customer even said, oh, here we go. So here's the end result. The coop went together perfectly. We had zero problems. Nothing was broken. It's just gorgeous.
Is that your crew putting it together?
That's the coop right there. And that's Ethan. You got AV. You got Sean. Uh-huh. Putting the coop together right there.
Wait, it's
so cool.
Oh, yeah. No, the people see it.
The people see it?
Yeah, the people see it. And I asked
Ingrid, because that is showing.
Okay, well, there we go.
Okay,
so it's there,
it's
I
half
promise.
Screen. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You've got great
So
technology.
here's the point, is that I wanted to make sure everyone knew just, and then the customer couldn't have been happier. Couldn't have been happier. So he went from being very upset, very frustrated. He knew it wasn't our fault that it tipped over, but still, we had the ability to make things right. And boy, that worked out perfect. So again, a great testament to the packing job. It's out of our control. When these guys are going 100 miles an hour with these forklifts and they stop or the truck hits the brakes, it's an earthquake in the back of these trucks. But yet it all stayed together. They tipped it back up, and we're able to put the coop together, and the customer was very, very happy. And also shot a great time-lapse video, which I absolutely love. So I just wanted to make sure, Ingrid, that you had that on record, on video. So maybe in an edited version, you can use that again. What to do if your coop shows up from the LTL company, the shipping company, if they tip your coop over. Just give us a call, and we will make sure everything is solved for you. Luckily, that has not happened in a long time.
Yeah, but we always make it right, so that's
the important
part.
thing.
We have a question. So someone said Derek. I'm sorry, I'm trying to. Everything's too far away from me, and I'm too small. Glad I caught you live. What is the soil mix you guys put down on the ground of the coop, not in the hen house? I forget what you said, and I can't remember what video I saw it on. I'm guessing it's Cecil's.
It's got to be Cecil. Cecil out in Alabama. Great guy. He showed up, and, it's a advanced composted hardwood mulch, if I remember correctly, is what we called it. And where they take a hardwood and it composts, but it's going to take a little bit while, especially with a hardwood. But they'll add in some soil, which you're adding in some microbes, and it gets to an advanced state where it is just pH neutral. It's just perfect to put inside the run to give your chickens that, in my opinion, that ideal ground to scratch in. You're mimicking the forest floor.
It's like the most common question, I think, that we get and that I see on chicken groups. Because people recommend sand, and you know how I feel about that.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, you don't put sand.
None of us like sand.
No.
Right, not for the floor of your run of your chicken coop. Their dust bath, sure, absolutely. They're going to love sand. Put some ash in there. Diatomaceous earth if you want a little bit there. There's a point to sand, but the chickens will, especially if they're free ranging, they'll go find that. But when it comes to your run, you want to mimic the forest floor. Now, I want to add to that. Do we have any pictures of the beautiful Malibu coop that they just finished up?
Shoot.
Okay. Bring that up, because here's the thing about the Malibu coop that we just finished out there. We actually had a landscape lady who has her landscape company out there. She brought different ingredients on site and mixed it up. Like a giant.
But chickens will mix it themselves.
Yeah, I know. And to that point, they even used some horse droppings, and it was still in clumps, but it was really, really dry. And I told the customer, I said, don't worry about it. The chickens will absolutely love breaking that down. So they just happened to, they used what they had on the farm. And looks like Ingrid's going to bring up this beautiful coop. And I tell you, I would love to talk about this.
Give me a second.
You're all right. Go right up to screen share.
Well, and I would say that in both of these circumstances, you don't have to do that. You don't have to have a specific mix. You can put a lot of different organic material in the run, and the chickens will be just fine. So I don't want to mislead people and think that they need a very specific mix or something.
That's a good point, because you can put leaves and grass clippings and
Wood chips,
constant
yeah,
wood
all
chips.
kinds.
Absolutely.
Straw,
This just happened to be a case where they had some, because California's it's a unique state. Okay, my princess, she is being
she wants to
patiently.
say something.
What is it, honey?
Do you want to come over here?
Why don't you come over here? Why don't you come over here?
The
Just
chicken's
stand right here.
peeping a hole,
Yeah, there we go.
and the chicken puts its beak in the hole, does it affect the chicken from it?
Another chicken outside the shell pokes his beak in there?
Well, yeah.
No, that'll be fine. I think that's normal. And
Is
again,
the baby chick helping?
they're just, well, I mean, it could help, but they're more than anything, they're just curious. When they peck, they're saying, what's that, and they're exploring, they're touching, because they don't have hands. So they're using that beak to explore, and they see movement, and they're like, oh, hey, what's that? What's that?
yeah,
Is that a friend?
We could see one in the front. I can see one in the front
Yeah,
doing exactly
so-
what Jetta was saying.
Yeah. So I wouldn't worry about that.
So anyways, yeah, you can see this beautiful Malibu coop we just finished up. They did a phenomenal job. I should hopefully be out there in a couple weeks to do the walk around video. I am so due to do some walk around videos. We still got to go out and see Shelly's goose house, which is turning out really, really well. But I did want to point out a new accessory that we now have, and this is the first one, is right there, that feeder hopper. You can add this feeder hopper to any of your chicken coops. Goes right into the run, and I'm not sure if Ingrid can bring up another one of the pictures, but you'll see the other side.
Let me try.
We have portholes on the inside so that the chickens can stick their head in and feed from it. And then to take it another step further, if you didn't catch our show from last week where we had Mr. Tom Carter on from Coop Works, he's going to sell us his portholes that are designed perfectly for chickens, even better than the PVC because they're soft. They're red, which is supposed to encourage their instincts to go in there and, check it out and eventually learn that it's a food or that it's food that's inside there. And let's see.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Where is it?
It's right here, and I try to click on
Oh,
it.
right there. Just click on it. Double click. Ingrid is not used to using a Mac, so she's getting there. Well, anyways, I mean, it's nothing too fancy, but I just think it's pretty cool.
All right.
And
right
if we go back
here.
to screen share, we can bring that right up. I just think it's awesome. And here's what this feeder hopper does. It just gives you a spot to dump all your feed
Right.
at once, if not a little bit more.
There you go.
Again, just very similar to the feed silo. But you don't have to go inside your run to dump the feed, which is really nice if you got your, you're going to go away on vacation and you got a chick sitter, but they don't really like chickens. They don't want to go into the run. We're making it so they don't have to go in at all. They don't have to go in and get the eggs. They don't have to go in and get the feed, the water. If you got our watering system, it's already set to go. So this is our first one, and now we've made it so that it can go in any of our chicken coops.
Yeah, I see it fits right there in a panel.
Yep.
Standard size panel.
Just that simple.
Right.
And of course the roof lifts up, and that's where you dump your feed in there. Very similar to the feeder hopper in our Craftsman coop.
And look, you save all that space in the run.
It just doesn't get any easier.
Right.
Rodents can't get to it.
So you have a bump out egg box to get that maximum amount of space in the hen house, and now you have a bump out in your run to get the maximum space. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. I
And-
thought so.
Yeah. And even with the coops, the silo, the Coop Works feeder, I noticed that my hens were going underneath it. So I have a video of that.
That
to
is
share.
correct. Yo, so let's talk
So-
about that real quick. You took that home and
I
you
did.
you put it to use.
I did.
How is it going?
It's good. And we had a downpour, and everything was dry.
Did you get
It
a
was-
video of that downpour by chance?
I did. No, I did not.
You got to sacrifice
No.
yourself.
I
a little.
know, I was out. But it was fantastic. It definitely does save on feed. Definitely. And I even had a camera out the first night, and there was at least one possum and one raccoon the very first night. And they found it pretty much as easily as the chickens. And they were pulling feed out. Well, actually, the raccoon, with his nice little hands, was pulling the feed out. Eating it, and then the possum came like an hour later and was eating the feed off the ground that the raccoon.
Oh, the
left.
raccoon was helping the possum.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is
So
where my
they're
mother
teaming
would
up.
say, "Oh, I should make a cartoon," and she'll
Oh.
illustrate the whole thing of the communication between, like, "Hey, Henry, how you doing tonight?
And
Can
then
you
next,
throw that feed down
the
to me?"
next night, I put the covers on it, and that worked.
Cool,
So
awesome.
We got hi from Jeffrey in Northern Ireland. Just wanted to mention
Northern Ireland.
that. Here's a question, and this would be good for Kristen, but Matt, you can answer too.
No, it's chicken related.
How do you stop a hen from being broody? Going on 3 weeks now, and she's starting to lose weight. And let's assume we're not going to give her chicks, or that could be one of the options.
I would make her. She's comfortable on the nest. She wants to have babies. She's waiting for babies. She's probably stealing eggs from the other nests.
Are you local? Because we have some babies right here.
Yeah. I can be there very soon. So I would make her not so comfortable. So isolate her, take her off the nest, keep her from the nest. Maybe that will keep her from break her of this instinct to have babies. That's really as far as I would go, is isolation and maybe a hard floor or something.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know if people realize if you haven't had chickens before, when they're broody, they only eat, like, mine only ate
Once a day, yeah.
once every other day. She
Yeah.
would eat and drink once every other day.
Yeah, I've had them so set on having those babies that it went 3 months or more, and they were about to die.
3 months.
3 months on the nest,
Wow.
and you talk about a hen that's wasting away. And it was late in the season, maybe like September, October. I didn't want to have chicks at that time, but I finally gave in. I was like, this hen is gonna die if she doesn't have a baby. So I was able to find some. Again, got them off the nest.
I was talking to a customer yesterday. We're designing her a custom chick coop out in Santa Fe, which is going to be amazing. Wait till I show you guys the drawings. Anyways, she has a broody hen, and she says that she has to take the hen off of her nest and force her to eat and drink.
And they do.
Does that sound right to you?
Well, they do. They know what to do. That hen will eat and drink to stay alive because it's her instinct. She wants to have babies, and she's, and they're kind of sneaky about it. You think you're watching that hen house all day, but no, she will very quickly get off the nest, eat, drink, and poop, and she'll do it quickly and maybe do a dust bath and get back on there. So I don't think you have to take them off. She will go get what she needs.
So
and she'll do it so that you don't notice.
We're actually designing her egg hutch custom so that it's big enough so she can reach in easily to take her off the nest. So I said, okay, if that's what you want. But I was just like, oh my gosh. So we got one. Is that the one that you poked open?
No, I think we put it in that one.
It's over here. Okay, we got
Yeah.
a beak that just poked through over
Yeah,
there.
it is really.
It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah.
We got a question.
All right, so we got 8 minutes until it is about to get noisy out in the floor, and I can't stand background noise. My guys are patiently, they're going an extra half an hour for lunch, so I had to feed them, thanks to Bojangles. And so 8 more minutes, and we can go ahead
We got
and
another
wrap
question
this up.
for you.
Huh?
We got a question for you, Matt.
All right, fire away.
All right, it's from Lindsay. So she built her coop as close to the American coop as she could get.
Can I stop you for 1 second?
What?
Click on comments.
Okay. Oh,
See, I love this
shoot.
part. What'd you do?
I hit the
No,
mic.
go over to the left, go over to the left, left, go left. Click on the scene, comments, right there, boom. Right there, click. All right, and then let's bring the comments. I think our viewers would love to see. Let's see. I want them to see what we see.
I know, but how do I? Oh,
You're gonna bring it.
what do I'm doing to make it?
No, go down, right there. No, yeah. Click and drag that one.
What do you mean, click and
Or
drag?
running out of time. All right, let's. No.
Oh. What?
It
All right.
mirrors what you do. So all you gotta do is make that window bigger. But anyways.
All I see is the X for the window. All I see is the X for the window. That's the problem, and I don't want to do that. All right.
Go ahead, read the question.
So the question is, so she built her coop as close to the American coop, 6x18, and her hen house is 4x6.
Oh, did I just screw you up? Not sure where she
okay.
was.
She's further down, I think. Yes, way further down. Okay. So that would mean 2 6-foot wide roost bars. Well, of course, chicken math is happening to her, and she started with 6 and now has 14. Is there a minimal amount of horizontal space between the roost bars, and why do you only do 2? Could I put 3 instead of 2 for more space? I do free range frequently, so my run space her run space being inadequate is not a concern for her.
Okay, so she built her coop close to the American coop
4
as
by
I
6.
could. It's 6x18. My hen house is 4x6. In your coops, that would mean 2 6-foot wide. Okay, that's right. See, I get thrown off with terminology. So you got 2 6-foot long roost bars. All right, so you got up to 12.
So she wants
Math
the 3.
All right, chicken math is happening. Remind me to share a quick story, really, really quick about chicken math. It's happening to me. I started with 6, and now I have 14. So is there a minimum horizontal space between the roost bars? And why do you only do 2? Well, yes, there is. And we talked about that earlier. I would say, I don't think you should ever go closer than 12 inches. Ours is actually 13 inches. If you want to do the math, it's 13 inches.
I would say try it and let us know.
And then you have people that are like, so then you're going to slide your roost bar closer to the wall, and then their feathers going to be rubbing on the wall. It's going to be easier for the roost mites and other mites
Where
to
are they
get on.
sleeping now?
I know. I'm just telling you. I hear.
You're not gonna. She's not gonna
YouTube
get rid of
comments
them,
is insane.
so-
You could add a third roost bar and give it a try, and you probably will be fine. Also, I have so many people that tell me 8 inches is more than enough per hen on the roost bar. So, could you do it? Yes. I'm just not an advocate of it. I like a king-size bed, and I like giving the chickens plenty of room. The biggest mistake you can make when you're building your chick
So
coop,
that puts them 8.5 inches apart.
that's close.
That's probably okay.
That's
Come
close.
on.
Okay. They got to jump up.
Okay, maybe she stair steps it. An 8.5 would
Okay,
definitely
8.5
be
is
okay.
fine if you do the bleacher style.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Then you're going to run into other problems, and it's not that easy. Where are you going to mount the roost bars on the ends? Now you're running into the egg hutch, especially if you design it like ours. Or if you
Yeah.
go up, then you're running into the windows. That is the domino effect I talk about in chicken
Right.
coop design. It is unbelievable. Real quick, before I forget, we'll take a couple more quick questions and comments. This morning, my son's out there doing his homework, right? He's doing math, and he's adding fractions, right? And I'm looking at going, oh my gosh, and I have no idea, but he did it. And he got it right. And I said, buddy, that is amazing. I don't even know how to do that math anymore. And Jetta goes, well, the math you do now, Daddy, is chicken math.
That is great.
I just thought that was so funny. If I'd known she was going to say that, I would have gotten video.
Yeah, and that's the kind of math I do now, and then the calculating how much
Homestead
room there
engineering,
is,
yes,
yeah.
we're going to do more walk-arounds. Go Bojangles, yes. We are going to be doing a lot of videos. It's just, I have so much going on
Go
right now.
Bojangles?
Well, someone just said go Bojangles. I hope they left some, they ate it all?
Well, so they have bites out of it.
Oh, and speaking of Bojangles, I did get you a gift this week.
Did you give me another T-shirt? What is this? No. Sweet, thank you. How did you manage to get a cookout shirt? Now, do
Turn
they
it
sell?
around so people
Oh,
see.
sorry. Yeah. Okay. Well, just a little inside story.
Yeah.
Bojangles, they will not give up their T-shirts no matter what. And somehow, Kristen, you went and tracked a guy down in a store that was worked there wearing one. You bought it off his back, right?
Yeah.
You gave him one of your shirts. I appreciate that.
Well, I
Thank
did
you.
that with the Whole Foods shirt too, that had the big chicken on it. Yeah.
All right, we got a couple more minutes. Well, I'd love to get to a couple more questions or comments.
How about Maria's? At what age should chicks start roosting at night?
What age?
Well, they know when to roost, and if it's available, they will do it at just a few weeks. Pretty much about the time they're fully feathered. And, in nature, the mother hen has them sleeping under her until about 5 to 7 weeks. And, it makes sense that that's the time that they start roosting, and that is approximately when they start roosting. It just goes along with nature.
Yeah, my dad's in his Carolina coop. They were up on the roost bars at like 2.5 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, and they're curious.
Yep.
They will jump up there.
And then at about 5-6 weeks, that's when you open up that hen house door and let them go down on their own.
But before that, they sleep in chick piles or the chick carpet. I love the chick carpet.
That's funny. So, and we're gonna end up setting a brooder up. You brought all this stuff.
I did.
I was actually hoping to do it in this show because I know people maybe would love to see how to properly set up a brooder. But the one thing I know we get asked all the time is, can you or can you not use hemp as your substrate, as your medium inside a brooder? Look, we already got pecking orders starting to get established in here.
and please use this.
You like these waterers?
Yeah.
See, these are nice. I mean, I love taking the vertical. This is the one time I do like the vertical nipples.
Because their beaks aren't strong enough to
Right.
get the horizontal ones.
Right, and they can hit that.
And
it-
it's easier for them to learn. I would
Yes.
start with this too. Don't start with anything else. They learn
Right.
very quickly.
What we used to do is take my son's V8 Fusion bottles when they're empty and just drill a hole and use the verticals and just hang them. It works so well. But this is, yeah, I couldn't agree more. And these are so easy because they're flat, right?
Right.
And then you just boom, boom, done.
yeah.
Yeah, these are, I
You
noticed.
can set this on one of your warming plates, or
Oh, yeah, right on top of the Brincy.
or you can use a can, like a can of beans or something, and it's just the right height.
I got some customers, they would probably never.
What?
It's funny. But it is that simple. It is that simple. Don't overthink it.
Right.
Just make sure they got food and water. All right. So we're coming up to the last minute. I think I want to go ahead and wrap it up. It is hot in here. We had an excellent, we got baby chicks hatching. Everyone did awesome. Thank you for my t-shirt. Jetta, again, great job showing up. Yeah, it is so hot. I do want to report that we are about, maybe we'll share the story when we're all done here in the shop, but there was so many pallet racks and conveyors. Like, it's mind-boggling what we've had to take apart down here to get this warehouse open so we can start building chicken coops. We are probably a week away from being able to start producing chicken coops down here. Yeah, I haven't told anyone.
I hope that you make one for yourself here.
We do need to do that.
Because I have some chickens to gift you.
No, we definitely will. I owe Mackenzie a chicken coop. I promised her we'll give her a chicken coop.
Take care of yourself and your own. And your customers.
In a way I am.
We can do it all. We can do it all.
We can do it all. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you are one of our diehard fans every week, thank you so much. Please share this. Please get the word out. We need to continue building our audience. It's very, very important. All right?
Right.
And then I guess...
Because I want to come here every week.
It is nice. It is nice. I love seeing you and Ingrid show up here every Friday. We need to start doing this more, though. We got more things coming up. So have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah.
We got a 3-day weekend come up.
And we will have the Brooder next week.
So and we got some more things coming up for next week, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. Glad we had baby chicks hatching. That was pretty good, huh?
Yeah.